All right. And of course, we're going to say wait and see if Minnesota Vikings fan will start their show at 6 p.m. I'll contact him during while we're on the air here.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I got mine going.
Okay. All right. And we are ready to roll.
Okay, you got yours started?
It's starting right now, man.
Okay.
Okay, when we're ready to roll. This is episode 51 of Arknolia and the Doctor. And hopefully this time there'll be no screw ups like it was on this past Monday there. Because, when the internet went out 3 times here, and people thinking, oh, was it the power? Did the house lights go out? No, it didn't. It was just the internet for some reason. And I think, well, we all know the reason. It was the massive rainstorm that we had hours earlier there. It messed that up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we're going to be making up for episode 51 here tonight that we were supposed to do on Monday there. So let's see. Let's continue with your list of artists there. You had, I know you
Well, we're
mentioned
going
who
to
it
start
was
over.
again. Yeah, we're going to start over definitely there.
Okay, the first one I had mentioned was Mac Davis, which his two big ones were Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me
Yeah.
and It's Hard to Be Humble.
Um, I think he was also an actor in his own right. By the way, you should know there. He's artist. I guess he starred in a couple movies. I think Cheaper to Keeper was one of them. I think they came out in the early '80s, if I remember. There it
Yeah, and I
was
think
supposed
he
to
had
be
his own
this.
variety show in the 70's too.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Of course,
And
almost
now,
everybody did back then.
yeah, that's true. Glenn Campbell, Carol Burnett show. Yeah, but the last one I remember was Wayne Brady.
Wow.
Yeah, and we haven't heard. I think he's currently hosting Let's Make a Deal, taking over Monty Hall's place, if I'm correct.
I don't know about that. I don't
I don't
don't
really
watch
watch.
those things.
I know I haven't watched any. I haven't really watched any game shows in God knows how long. The ones I remember was way back when.
Yeah.
When Bob Barker, Chuck Woolery. My favorite was Scrabble back then.
Yeah. And I actually liked the old match game with Gene Rayburn.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, cool there. That's true. All
Oh,
right, so
okay, after
go
Mac
ahead there.
Davis, I've got the main ingredient. Their
Hmm.
song was Everybody Plays the Fool.
Yes, I remember that one, which I guess got remade. I guess forgot who it was there.
Yeah.
I should probably look it up and see who redid that because I know it's covered a couple times there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, everybody plays the fool. Should come up here. I think it was also yeah, the main ingredient. And let's see here. Look for the Wikipedia. It's a popular song by Rudy Clark, Ken Williams, and J.P. Baker. I think it was. No, J.P. No, J.R. Bailey.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
and the first recording of the song to reach the top 40 was by the main ingredient. It consisted at the time Cuba Gooding Sr., Tony Sylvester, and Luther Simmons Jr. Their version of that song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the fall of '72 and was certified gold by the RIAA. And of course, we know that song. It's like there was the Aaron. That's the man I'm thinking about. Aaron Neville from the Neville Brothers. He did
Yeah.
his version in 1991. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about there.
Okay. Next
Okay.
artist I got is Maria Muldaur,
Hmm.
and her really big hit, and I don't remember if it was the only one or she had another one, was a song
Hmm.
called Midnight at the Oasis,
Ah, nice. I
which
think I've
probably
heard.
a lot of people don't remember, but it was,
I don't think I've heard of it myself there.
Yeah, you need to find it and listen to it, or I can find it and send it.
Okay, you'll probably have to do that, I guess, there. And I see Bullseye, Ron Booth, and Farm Up Ken is in my chat here. What's up, guys?
Wow.
Yeah, cool. Farm Up Ken, if you want to come on the program with us, feel free to, man. And Bullseye just as well. Let us know. We can add you to add you guys.
Okay, next one I got is Mark Lindsay, who we discussed before. Previously, he was the lead singer of the Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Yes, I guess he had a solo career soon after in the around the 70s as well there.
And he had two pretty big songs. One called Silver Bird, and the other was Arizona.
Mm-hmm. I see there. You know,
And the next one was one that we both remember, Matthew Wilder.
oh yeah, the guy who had that song "Ain't Nothing Gonna Break My Stride." That was his one big hit there in the around the
Yeah, that was
83,
pretty it.
84.
That
Yeah, it
was pretty
was.
much it.
It was played. It was it still got played on the adult contemporary stations there for a long while there before all the current stuff replaced it, all that.
Yep. And then the next one I got is Matthew Southern Comfort.
I heard about that. It was,
Yeah,
I
that was
tried
the
to
one we
look for.
talked about that they
Yeah,
did a very slow, soft version of Woodstock.
uh, there's Joni Mitchell's song there.
Yeah, although most people know it as Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah, because
But the
that's
thing
one that
is,
usually.
Joni wrote it. Then I got Maureen McGovern. And this is where
Yeah, I
the
heard.
internet went off last time.
Yeah,
She did the morning after.
I see. Yeah, that's when we all started having problems.
Yeah. And then the infamous or famous Meatloaf.
Oh yeah, we were talking about him on this past Monday. All the hits that he had from Bad Out of Hell, the first one. We know Paradise by the Dashboard Light, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The title cut, and of course, what's that? You got to give it up to Jim Steinman, rest in peace. He wrote some pretty good, nifty songs there. He had a lot of theatrical in his music there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell it's a Jim Steinman song, but the way the song is arranged and performed, it's a change in tempos. I mean, like he did wonders for Celine Dion, Bonnie Tyler, remember Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yeah,
He
funny
was
thing
the look.
is, he was almost prog without being prog.
Yeah, exactly. So because I know a lot of prog rock bands, around that time, add a lot. They used to add a lot of classical elements in their music, and Steinman definitely added a lot of theatrical.
Yeah. Next one I got is Melissa Manchester.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, I remember the first time I heard of her was back in around '78 at school when we had that 45 when we had that record player in our classroom during the recess and such and such. One of the songs that we heard was "Don't Cry Out Loud," and that understand it was written by Barry Manilow. You don't need
That
your
sounds
break.
like him.
Yeah, it is.
And she did another one called Midnight Blue.
Yeah, that's true there. I guess she had another song called what's this you should hear how she talks about you, which was a girl telling this guy, hey, this girl's in love with you, boy.
Yeah. Then we got Michael Bolton.
Oh yeah, and interesting. Believe it or not, this guy almost became close to being the frontman for Black Sabbath.
Wow.
Yeah, because I heard about it on some
That
you
one would be a little bit.
awkward. But then again, the Sabbath at that point was, they were desperate for any kind of singer they could get, because at that time they had this one guy named David Donato. He only did for a couple of photos, and that was about it. He left because it was cited there was too much confusion within the band members.
Hmm. Yeah, Bolton and Black Sabbath would have been a strange combination.
Oh yeah, but a lot of people thought that Glenn Hughes of Deep Purple and Trapeze fame was a strange combination just as well.
True. True.
for the hence that one album. But then again, they said the same thing with Ian Gillan from Deep Purple when he sang for them for that one album and tour.
Yeah. The next guy I got, you possibly heard of, Michael Jackson.
Yes, we all know him like the back of our hands, you know. When when you heard about his death, were you like shocked as heck about when you found out what he was doing that caused his death? All those pills and drugs and stuff?
Yeah, in a way I was, but then on the other hand, it kind of
I
goes
was
with the
very
territory.
I was very surprised about that. I was like, got home from I was working at the restaurant at that area and back in Richmond, Michigan. I got home, did a little bike ride, and I got home then again. After that, I turned on the radio and they made the announcement that Michael Jackson had died at age 50. I was like, what? I turned on to a couple other stations and they were playing his music like crazy. He did pass away.
Yeah, it was surprising actually.
It was just like we didn't expect it. But then again, we now know what the whole deal was there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, and of course, a couple of months later, we saw that movie, This Is It, which was only the rehearsals of those 50 shows he was going to do at the O2 Arena in London, England.
Yeah. Next one I got, kind of a personal favorite in a way.
Yeah.
Uh, Michael Nesmith.
Oh, yeah.
He
The,
had a
but
pretty
the
decent
ex,
solo career, and he
yeah,
did some things that were groundbreaking. I mean, he
yeah,
had a video called Elephant Parts. That thing
yes,
was pretty
yeah.
much pre MTV.
Yeah, it was. It was right when MTV was first starting. I still remember the video for I forgot the title of it, but everyone assumed that the guy in the video, the bodybuilder, we all thought it was Hulk Hogan, but it
But it's
really
not.
wasn't. No, no, because it wasn't. So I thought it's been ages since I saw the video,
It was
and
Cruising was the name of the video.
that's what it was. Yeah,
But yeah, it was
Bec-
very entertaining.
yeah. I guess that video Elephant Parts, guess the one got him recognized big time, and I guess it won a couple awards, if I'm correct.
Yeah, 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 and it's a bunch of different type of videos.
And I know, and I guess right now it's him and Mickey Dolenz. I guess they were doing some shows as basically the Monkeys slash the Mickey and Mike show, I guess, because as we know, Davy Jones and Peter Tork are no longer with us.
Right, right. But a couple other songs he did that were pretty well. I don't know if the
Pretty
word's
good,
big.
but they
Uh,
were but they were good.
was one called Joanne,
Ah, I see. Mm.
and then another
I
one
could,
called Rio,
you know,
which is on
I'm
the
surprised.
Elephant Parts video.
Was he the only one from the Monkees to have a solo career, or would everyone else just as well?
Yeah, yeah. Either that or the other three just didn't have good ones.
Mm. Interesting there. Yes, we have to got to look him up sometime there. And keep in mind, as we mentioned a couple episodes ago, Nesmith is a Texas native where Arg and myself live.
Right,
Yeah.
and he also wrote the song "Different Drum,"
Mm.
the one that Linda Ronstadt was her first hit
Ah, I see there.
when she was part of the Stone Ponies.
I was thinking about that name as well. She was a part of that group prior to becoming a solo artist.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird because Nesmith wrote that song, and well, basically, 80% of what she did was cover. She didn't have a whole lot of original songs, but she had a few here and there. But the covers
Uh,
were good, so it was kind of like Three Dog Night. The covers were good. They didn't have a lot of their own.
yeah, I see there.
Then next one I got is Mike Post.
Mm. I see.
He's
This is the
famous for
guy.
Rockford Files.
Oh yeah, Rockford Files, Hill Street Blues, the theme for Law and Order, all those TV shows there. He did the theme music for.
And one thing a lot of people don't know, of course, they don't know the artist, but he was one of the people in the Friend and Lover thing
I see there. Yeah,
who reach out in
and
the
also
darkness.
I see there. And also, by the way, he also was the co-producer of the album Van Halen 3 with
Right.
Gary Sharon on the vocals there, and it came out, I guess, in 1998.
Yeah, Mike, pretty busy guy a lot of times, but a lot of
Yeah,
people
it's
don't
true.
know what he did.
Yeah. And by the way, did you ever get a chance to check out my guitar cover of the Law and Order theme there on my channel?
I have to find it.
Everything happens, it happens for a reason. Yeah.
YRS here, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, my brother.
All right. So what's up? Yeah. So I hear you got some news for us regarding Jeff LaBar, the Cinderella
Listen,
guitarist, passing away.
there's
What?
three huge rock and roll metal stories today. Did you get the
Uh,
last thing about the Iron Maiden song that just got released?
yes, I did. Yeah. So I guess it premiered on YouTube. I guess at noon today. I guess if I'm correct there.
4 hours, boom, bro. It is. It's long. It's a long song, but you know what I'm saying.
Wow.
Like, that was his new album. I mean, I listened to the song. It's on YouTube, obviously, on the channel.
Wow. That's a bit. That's a feat. A lot. The only long song we know from Iron Maiden back then was Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. That was over 13 minutes long there.
Well, no, I mean, this is like 7 minutes.
Oh, okay, there.
That's still generally long. Most radio stations like their songs to be about 3 to 4 minutes,
Yeah,
and
it's
four is
true. Or
stretching it.
that's true
But
there.
obviously it's coming off of an album, and then they're doing to obviously do a tour off of that probably.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
good to hear, man.
Which,
Hopefully, if they come to Houston again, we'll definitely check them out. And by the
yeah,
way, understand, you've also been paying attention about this code that they've been putting on their album covers there. I read
yes, that's
about,
what I'm
yeah,
saying. Because it was like the date. It was something like they released something online, and it was like a specific date number, and it all had to do with it all has to do with the song and the album and shit. Because it's like it's a story. It's weird. You know how they are with their stories and shit, like the stories
yeah,
inside the song. But this is like
yes,
it's like a biblical story. This isn't like a war or. I mean, it's similar, like a battle, but it's like a biblical story or whatever.
that's true. Yeah,
So yeah,
I see there. Yeah, but then Iron Maiden has been known for writing some interesting stories, in
yeah,
their songs
and,
there, without a
and
doubt.
Bruce Dickinson sounds the same, amazing like always. So
That's good.
heavy
Give
bass
him
line, heavy bass, of course.
hmm yep. Give this man a huge amounts of credit. If there was, this man has done it all. He's written a book. He's actually a couple books. He's a singer. He's a certified airline pilot.
Yeah.
He survived throat cancer. He has a PhD and a couple of things there, and he's done it all pretty much.
Listen, I have a couple lists of myself, personal lists.
Cool.
But we do have the news. Actually, there was a three piece on that news. Let me see if I sent it to you.
Um, about Jeff LaBar or Iron Maiden.
Hmm. It was, but no, it was another one too. I'll look it up and see what exactly it was. Oh, the bassist of Megadeth, remember?
Yes, I remember. I
The
understand he
main
made a.
bassist Megadeth, formerly of Metallica. So,
Oh, really? Well, if he's going to do it, tell him that he's going to remind himself not to switch his head around again, ever again anymore, because that's what causes his neck damage, I guess. Because remember all those videos of him swishing his hair around ferociously.
yes,
That
yeah.
apparently did a lot some damage to his neck there, and he had to have surgery on a couple of his shoulders.
Mm. What years are we going over today, Art?
It's still the 70's,
The later 70's.
and we'll sneak in the 80's once in a while.
Yeah.
Next one I got, it's kind of a change from metal. Minnie Riperton.
Minnie Riperton.
She did a song called Loving You that she hit some notes that I didn't think human beings could hit.
Mm.
I think they called
Oh,
dogs, but I'm not sure.
I see. Yeah, I'm not a singer, so I really wouldn't know. So who knows?
Yeah. And then there's Mott the Hoople.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Mick Rouse, Ian Hunter, and the boys there. And we all know the big song that was written for them by, it was written by David Bowie. These guys were like trying to get themselves a big radio hit, and David Bowie comes along and gives them this tune, and it becomes as we know, a big hit there. In fact, I guess you could say it was their one-hit wonder. Of course,
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
yeah, because that's the only song they ever played from them. Even though they had another good song called "All the Way to Memphis," which was played a few times, but not as much as the Bowie song that they recorded.
Right. Then the next one I got is a duo called Mouth and McNeil.
Mouth and McNeil, I guess it is.
Yeah, they did a
Mm.
song called How Do You Do.
Ah,
Kind of
I
weird,
don't
but
think I don't think I've heard of that group. I don't think I've even heard of the name myself, unless I may have heard it years ago and just can't
well, it's
remember.
probably one of those songs that you've heard a
Oh,
bunch.
my
And
hands are on camera here. That's not me in the chat, guys. That's not me. My hands are in camera. You see, Earl, brother?
Hold on, let me get on. Let
My
me
hands.
see here.
It's not YR in the chat trolling. It's not me. I swear to God. I'm on
Yeah,
camera
no,
right now.
we got so
I mean,
many.
tips for God's sake.
And
well, I
besides,
don't understand what people.
you're not at your computer. You're at the hospital. What happened? What's going on there, man? Everything okay?
Yeah, just a U-turn on the. I'm trying to explain, but or
Okay.
a little bit, but it was mandatory procedure, so
I see there.
it's all good.
Ah, that's
Ne-
good.
Next one, you may know who it is, you may not. Nick Gilder.
Oh yeah, I know how we know this song, "Hot Child in the City." It came out in 78, 77, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and I believe he used to be in Elton John's group, or he played
Mm.
with Elton John. That
You mean
got to be
or
careful
you
how you
think
say that, but he played. How do I
played
say
with
it?
Elton John, played out Elton John?
Played
I
on
think you're
Elton
probably
John's
thinking
early
of
albums.
what's it? What instrument was the guitar, bass,
I think it was a
drums,
guitar,
keyboard? Oh, okay.
and I'm guessing, to be quite honest, because I maybe it wasn't him.
Mm.
Because now I'm seeing another name that probably was the guy I'm thinking of. Next one I got's Nicolette Larson.
Oh yeah, we know her song "Whole Lot of Love," which was written by Neil Young,
Right.
and there's a couple of
Isn't that
extended
Zeppelin?
versions of that.
No,
Go ahead.
Led
What
Zeppelin
up?
or no?
No, that's not.
What?
It's a totally different song.
Yeah, very different
And
song
actually,
there.
it's Lotta Love.
Oh,
Lot of Love. Yeah, right there. My bad.
And the next one I got in the list is the guy I think that played in the Elton John group.
Hmm.
You got to be kind of careful, I guess, how you say that.
I know.
Nigel
Performed
Olson.
with. Yeah, I was thinking about that name just as well. I think the correct word was performed with. Was a member of Elton John's band. I
Yeah,
guess you could say there.
because when you said played with Elton John, hey, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I know you got to be careful when it comes to that shit there.
Yeah. And then after him is Night Ranger.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, they're still together, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah, and they just released a new whole album. A lot of people are saying like it's one of their best sounding albums in a while, if not
Yeah.
yet. They're
Yeah,
still going,
that's.
still original members.
Ah, cool.
Wow.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
And it's good to see. Yeah, and Brad Gillis is still with them, I guess, if I'm correct.
Yeah, let me confirm that right now, but I believe so. It's
Yeah,
mostly it's I believe it's fully original members to this day.
Mhm.
Let me look.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because
their kind of big
Brad
one
Gillis,
was Sister Christian.
yeah,
Jack,
not,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. not just that, it was also "You Still Rockin'
Yeah.
America," uh, Seven, Seven Wishes, "Sentimental Street," "Don't Tell Me You Love Me." That was the first time I heard of them. Um, Sing Me Away, just as well. And credit to Brad Gillis because he was one of the guys who had to fill in Randy Rhoads' shoes on the remainder of that Ozzy tour after Randy's passing.
Yeah, that's man.
And he
Uh,
is a damn good guitarist.
yeah, but that's still some awfully big shoes to try to fill.
It is absolutely there, but he gave it his all. He gave it his all. I remember there was MTV had a Saturday night concert of Ozzy. It's called "Speak of the Devil" with Rudy Sarzo, Tommy Aldridge, Brad Gillis, and that one keyboard player whose name escapes me. But it was when they had that castle set up there, and Ozzy with his debuting his blonde hair. And what's cool about it is that Brad Gillis, like I said, give him this due. He did a kick-ass guitar solo there.
Yeah.
He had this cool looking guitar just as well.
Adam
Black
Wakeman, Dr. Brown. Adam Wakeman
Adam, yeah, he's away. Yeah, he's Rick
keyboard.
Wakeman's. Yeah, no, though that was years ago. But this was recently, or this was back in 1982. There.
That's what I'm saying. The keyboard for Ozzy isn't that a Wakeman or no?
Well, I think the other one who played with Wakeman, no, excuse me, played with Ozzy and keyboards, it may have been Don
Uh,
Airy, but he wasn't really
yeah.
fully credited. He was always in the back. Kind of same thing that Jeff Nichols was when he played with Black Sabbath.
Okay,
And I
next.
should,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, and by the way, much credit to those guys in the background who gave their all to play with those big names there, especially Jeff Nichols. He was a major contributor to the Sabbath sound throughout the 1990s, regardless of which singer they
Well,
had. Rest
well,
in peace,
listen.
Jeff.
There's a lot of controversy in the Ozzy solo years of um, what's the specific word on like the specific word for like credits on records or
Yeah.
whatever,
Oh
like
yeah, we all know that situation.
right.
Yeah, apparently, it was a group effort for those two solo records he did, Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman. But
Right.
apparently, what it was is that the Lee Kerslake, the former drummer of Uriah Heep, he was a drummer on both those albums, and to call him with Bob Daisley. Now, Bob Daisley also did a lot of the lyrics for those records as well, because as you know, Ozzy is dyslexic, and apparently, Daisley and Kerslake didn't really receive that much credit. In fact, a lot of people didn't know that those two played on the Diary of a Madman album. But apparently, what it was, they were let go by his manager Sharon, who apparently replaced those two with Tommy Aldridge from the Pat Travers Band and Rudy Sarzo from Quiet Riot. And they're
Mm.
even so, despite them being inside the inner sleeve of the Diary of a Madman album, it was basically Ozzy, Randy, Kerslake, and Daisley.
What's your favorite out of the well? What's your because you have Bark of the Moon as well, correct?
Yes, it was a good album. Yes,
So
that's one that came.
which one out of those three would you pick though? Is your favorite?
Diary of a Madman, definitely.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Because it
What's
was
your favorite song on there?
I have a few of them. My favorite would be "You Can't Kill Rock and Roll."
That is a really good one.
Yeah,
Really good one. I'll tell you mine right
absolutely.
now. Hold on. I'm just trying to. Yeah, Believer. Believer is the best
Good.
song on there, bro. What are you
Oh
talking
yeah,
about? Listen,
the whole
Believer.
album is
Listen,
awesome.
listen. Listen, like that's good, but like if you listen to the Randy Rose Ozzy tribute live album, you
Yes,
heard that?
I have heard most of that album. Absolutely.
Oh
And by
my
the
god, dude! The fucking guitar on that's Randy Rhoads, correct on that one?
correct,
Correct.
yes, correct.
Oh, Believer on that album, Suicide Solution, the solo on Suicide Solution on that live album. is unlike. I mean, all these guys learned it from Eddie Van Halen. Like it's
Yeah,
very similar
absolutely.
sounding. You know, the diving
Absolutely.
bombs, the fucking the obviously the tapping. You know, it's
Yep.
all you know. But that is one of the. That's probably my favorite. I mean, like out of those, I would probably do Diary as well. But like overall, that live album is definitely people should check that one out. It has like a, it's the famous picture of Ozzy holding
Holding
Randy
Randy up.
Rhodes
Yep,
guitar, the
absolutely.
polka dot guitar. So very,
Absolutely.
very good one. And Brown, we do have some more lists with Arc, but what about the you want to? I mean, Arc, what did you want to dive into the Cinderella stuff or no? Did you want to hold that till later?
Yeah, let's hold it for a little while here.
All right, go
Because
ahead.
I figure we'll get through the O's and go from there. There's not
Yeah,
that
because
many of them.
that's a pretty big shit. The Cinderella stuff, you know, it's a big loss. But go ahead,
Yeah.
Arc.
Next one I got is Nils Lofgren,
Mm.
who did
And
a
we know
song called
him.
Try Tough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. And we know him best now as one of the guitar players for the E Street Band, Bruce Springsteen's group there.
Yeah. And he also,
Worked with Neil Young as well on the
yeah, that's what I
Trans
was just
album
going to
and
say.
tour.
He did the Berlin
Second,
concert that's
yeah,
available
was
on
it?
DVD.
Yeah,
But he helped, like you said, he did the Trance album with him.
yep. And the Torches as well there, if I'm correct.
Yeah. And then the next one I got, Last In,
Mhm.
Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Yeah. Yeah, they had this song called, the one I remember from them was a song called An American Dream. And by that time, they had just shortened their name to just the Dirt Band.
Yeah. They
And they
did a
had
pretty
Little
good cover.
Ronstadt.
They did a pretty good cover of Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah, I heard it. I remember hearing that a couple of times in the past there.
And they did a version of Will the Circle Be Unbroken.
Yeah, I was going to mention that just as well when you mentioned them.
Yeah. They were kind of country, but not country.
Not too country, I guess you could say there.
Yeah.
But country enough to fit
Well,
the country crowd.
like a Southern rock type deal, or like Southern
That's
rock.
probably a little more accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we move to the O's.
Mhm.
A group called Orion the Hunter.
Oh my goodness gracious.
You do
That's the
know who
band.
they
I remember,
are.
yes, they were. I mean, they had this one big song called
So
Since
you ran.
So You Ran. And the lead guitarist was Barry Goodrow from Boston, and the drummer was Michael DeRozier from Heart.
Yes. Listen, what year was this? Man.
1983. I
So it was
remember it was
Yeah,
after.
a
played.
It was
lot of
at.
Boston was in that band.
Yep.
I think Brad
Really?
Delp
Frank,
even
Frank,
contributed.
What?
Frank Cosmo, who was sang on Barry Goodrow's solo record in 1980,
Yeah.
he was their singer.
Yo. So what happened with Boston? Like, why did they?
Well, they were like 10 years between records, so the other guys said, we got to do something. And
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
What
just,
was the name of this band? Orangutan?
no,
No, it's
Orion the
Orion the
Hunter.
Hunter.
Orion Hunter. I'm gonna look it up right
Orion
now.
Orion the Hunter.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
And so, what Boston never did any records in the '80s that amounted to
They
anything?
actually won third
Wow.
stage from 1986.
Oh, that's right.
Humongous hit album.
All right.
And the next year, and the following year, they did a 6-city tour, in which I was lucky to catch back in when they played the Joe Louis Arena.
Oh, wow. Next one I
Crazy.
got is Olivia Newton John, who
Ooh.
had
Oh
quite a
my
career,
goodness!
actually.
Mm.
You want to believe it or not? I'm going to confess something right now. She was
Oh my
one of
god.
around that period. I had a crush on her when I was
Uh,
my early teenager. There,
come on, Brian.
I did, and of course at
Yeah,
that
she was
time, I know
hot.
she was
Was she
hot.
in Greece and shit or
Yes,
no?
she was.
Yeah, Greece with
Yes.
Travolta.
Yep.
She
Wow.
was the only redeeming factor in the movie Xanadu, which had to be one of the stupidest movies ever made.
Yeah, it's one of those cases where the soundtrack does well, but the movie doesn't.
Yeah, the soundtrack's phenomenal.
Oh
You
yeah,
got
it was.
ELO on one side.
And Libby Newton-John on the other.
And like I said, like you said, that's one of those things that the soundtrack's great. Movie sucks.
Absolutely, and a lot of they had a lot. She had a lot of hits back in '70s and '80s. There,
Yo, that's. I mean, I know Art, you're doing that by alphabetical order or like by the letters,
Well,
but
kind of.
that's wouldn't that be a good idea to do like a favorite soundtrack from movies list
hmm
one day, perhaps one day or something.
Well,
One of
yeah,
these
I think we
times.
did that, but I think that it
Uh,
would bear doing it again because I know that we did that on the spur of the moment one time, and when you think about it, there's a lot of good soundtracks
tons,
out there.
tons.
yeah,
Next one I got is
lot.
Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
Mm.
Oh, you.
Are we taking? We're taking calls at the end of the show. We're gonna have a window for that
Yeah, we should, we
because we still
should.
got to get into the Cinderella stuff, which is
Yeah,
good,
we
big.
will
But
Okay,
definitely
well, I
for
got
sure.
one more to go.
go ahead.
Okay, Ozark Mountain Daredevils. I'll continue with them real quick.
hmm
If you want to get to heaven, and then they did another one called Jackie
Mm.
Blue that was pretty big.
Yeah,
And then the last O I got is Orleans or Orleans or
or
whatever.
the band Orleans. Love takes time. Dance with me.
Right.
Now, what, now here's something that that kind of confuses me. You all know, we know this track "Love's Theme" by Barry White and the Love Unlimited Orchestra, right? It was an instrumental, correct?
Yeah.
When you hear that version and you listen to "Dance with Me" by Orleans, did one or the other rip each other off, or what? Because it's the
They
same
are
arrangement.
similar, but
They are very similar.
it's but I mean, it's the freedom of music. You could pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, Doctor, when I sent you that one of It's a Beautiful Day, Bombay Calling,
Yeah, I
did
did
that sound
listen
like
to it.
Child in Time or what?
A little bit there, yes. You were right about that. That's for sure there.
I mean,
Definitely.
it's pretty damn close, actually.
Yeah.
And we'll stop there because that covers it through the O's, and we'll start up with
hmm
the P's next
Well, hold
time.
on a minute. You missed. What did you cover Otis Redding on that one or
We
no?
had done it before in the '60s,
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay,
did.
okay.
Yeah.
we
Very
Remember, Otis Redding was no longer was not around, and in the '70s, he perished in a plane crash in the '67.
yes, yes.
and that guy did have some great stuff.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know if it's still out there. It was out there for a long period of time, but I think it's no longer in print. It was a Reprise Records put it out, an album of the performances from the Jimi Hendrix Experience and Otis Redding on each side. One side it was Otis Redding, and the other was Jimi Hendrix.
Wow.
If you find that record, get it. It's definitely a keeper.
And now we
It was
move on
all.
to
It
the
was.
Brown,
news.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brown, did you want to look up the Megadeth bassist story scenario? Maybe we can figure out who this bassist is going to be. They didn't
Well,
officially announce Jason Newsted, but a lot of speculation is leading to that. So
okay. Let's see here. Of course, they have a new album out, as we mentioned, that just as well there. You should probably look it up right now. There, just where they still haven't revealed yet, but people are still saying and it's possibly Jason Newsted. But
and fuck
and
that, like fuck him for that shit. Why would he go back to Metallica?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess
The
I don't
Black
know.
Album, what? That's iconic. And they just
It
had like
is.
they just had their, I believe, 30th anniversary for the Black Album.
Yeah.
Like they're
There's also, and by the way, there's a cover album called I guess it's called the Metallica Blacklist. It's going to feature songs from the Black Album covered by a whole range of artists.
what?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Ann
saw it on
Wilson. Look at
Facebook.
this. Ann Wilson from Heart.
Mm.
Nothing else matters.
Oh wow. Even Miley Cyrus, she did her
No,
version.
fuck that. Really?
Yes. Yeah, I
No,
saw it
but
on
she turned into a
Facebook.
rocker. She turned into like this like rocker type vibe type thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
So
mullet
it is
mullet
acceptable.
as well. Well, but you say what you want about Miley Cyrus nowadays, but at least she's not been pigeonholed into that little Hannah
Yes.
Montana stigma. Because usually when you're pigeonholed into a certain type of character, like they did with the cast of Different Strokes, that's obviously that's going to be a real burner for you. And according to this here, according to Metal Sucks, Steve Di Giorgio may be rumored as the new bass player for Megadeth here. And that's all I got, so. And a fan says on the Ultimate Guitar that fans believe
What? Who
A.
is that?
I don't really know. I've never heard of this guy before there. And fans right now are speculating who the new bass player is. That's what a couple of stories are indicating here from Ultimate Guitar and Loudwire.com.
Well, when you speculate almost anything. Heck, I can
That's
sit here and
true.
speculate John Entwistle, but we know better.
Absolutely.
I mean, what was the reason, if you know, Dr. Brown, why Jason Newsted left Metallica? Do you know that or?
I know. Well, from what we remember is that possibly there was a couple of issues. That there was one story that Hetfield was against anyone doing side projects, and Newstead had formed a side project called Echo Brain, and Hetfield came over and visited Newstead and gave him an absolute tongue lashing. And I guess Hetfield may have been drinking at that time. And Newstead did say in an interview months later that the man I had the most upright respect for just disrespected me. And I guess it was also a lot of health issues, as we mentioned, with his shoulders, and everything else, the physical damage, thanks to the thrashing of his head like he did when he had all that massive hair.
Yo, read the group chat here, Brown. I'm sending
Okay,
you.
okay, let me see what we got here.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I did plug my phone into the computer here.
No, it's on the title.
I'm looking on
Really?
in my title here. Let me see here. Did I actually put? No, actually, believe it or not, let me look at.
The fuck is it?
I don't. It was some little. I couldn't come up with a little. Usually, I come up with a song lyric for the title of our
Ah,
thing here, but I decided come up with some sort of a little code of my own. It doesn't really mean something there. We have a song title. We have all these different codes that sometimes become either band names or song titles. I know Queensryche had one on their
or the
earlier
band. I mean, the
records.
band two with
Bob
Rob
Halford
Halford.
and
Yes.
John Five, yes. So I figure I come up with a little title of my own there.
Yeah, I know that Yes named one of their albums after the code name of the album.
Yeah,
Uh,
Oh, that's a good fuck.
109125
Listen, that's a good theme
album.
for it's like the theme Brown code name for albums or
Yeah, that's right. You see it on the side there.
there's two for Van
Catalog number.
Halen, two for
Yeah.
Van Halen.
hmm
What would you be that? What would guess those for Van Halen? The title.
Which one? The which albums here? The two. Well, oh, I see what
You
you're
see what
talking
I'm
about.
saying?
5150 and Oh You 812. I
Yes.
think the better title would be 5150 because Oh You 812 sounds like Oh You 812, so did I. Because
Yeah, but
that
that
later
was a good
got
album though.
yeah. That title got parodied by some alternative punk band. I guess they titled their album "I Ate One Before You."
Listen, people can. This is a very. This is a hot take. People can maybe argue it, but the most iconic Van Halen shirt
Mm.
is the OU182 shirt, I believe. Correct.
Really, I'm not too sure. I'm not keen on T-shirts myself. There,
Look, I mean the
so
album cover for OU182,
yeah, it's
purple
just
and
those.
green.
Yeah, the
That's
band
an
members.
iconic. That's I think one of the most iconic Van Halen shirts.
I would figure people would do the for using carnal knowledge.
Well, the symbols changed. The VH has changed over the years, but it's
It was
like that
just a,
was.
it
Well,
was
back
the
then
two
all the
there.
shirts were different. You know what I mean? You could get the concert shirts, you buy the concerts, and then like the bootleg ones, right, Brown?
Hmm.
2 for 20.
But there's two basically basic logos. There was original with Roth, and there was a circle one with it when they had
Yes,
Hagar.
yes.
And when of course when Roth came back to the band, he went towards the original.
Yo, who's the guy on Good Times that says Dynamite?
Oh,
Jimmy
Jimmy J.
Jimmy
Walker.
Yeah, why
Jimmy
was people
Walker.
saying like people were trying to compare me like to him like I'm the white Jimmy Walker or whatever. Is that
I
could
don't
you?
know.
That's not
I
really
don't
accurate, I don't think.
really. That's kind of odd there. But then
Yeah,
again,
'cause
but
Well,
then again,
skinny wasn't he real skinny and
yeah,
stuff?
he
yes, he
was.
was tall and
So
skinny. Correct.
right.
And
But
his
then again,
catchphrase, of course, was dynamite.
yep. And by the way, the people do that a couple of times with other says this as well. There, one time I remember one radio talk show host compared called Steve Forbes the white the white Urkel.
I don't think I'd want to be called that.
Yeah, yeah, but that's what they were referring to him. And let's not forget, I often call our vice president Jar Jar Harris.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go back and look at all 9 Star Wars, the
Yep.
one to me that really stands out because they just dropped Jar Jar Binks in that first one
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
absolutely ruined what could have been.
A good franchise.
Bro, that's the
Actually,
first fucking. That's the first. Well, when that episode, bro, like, cause I've got like the Star Wars thing is so much to catch up to. Like,
yeah,
the last one I saw was Revenge of the Sith, for God's sake. So,
yeah,
like, I got a lot to catch up on. But like that episode one when that came out, you know,
99,
99.
1999.
I
Yeah.
got into that and all that. But my favorite out of those first three probably was that second one though, the clones, Attack of the
Ah,
Clones. That was a good
yeah.
fucking. But everything out like you get there's so much, bro. Like what do I mean? There's shit to watch on
Well,
this
the best
app.
3 were
There's
the middle 3.
The
the,
prequels.
the originals.
Yeah,
How
the
much
No,
new
original 3.
ones?
well, you mean the prequels, episode 1 through 3, 1 to 3.
No, the middle 3 were my favorites.
Oh, you mean the originals,
Right.
episode 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, they're called them the originals.
How
The
far do they
episodes
get
one.
along now, Brown? Are they up to 9? Are they up to?
No,
Well, they do
yes, they
9, but they've also got a couple of uh, little special things they did.
See, that's what makes it gay. Like, there's too much side shit to go fucking catch. I mean, you really gotta I guess, be into it to catch it all, or whatever. But
yeah, but
I don't
then
like all
again,
the side shit.
I guess what it is that so many people have complained about the prequels and the sequels out there being too somewhat, I guess, SJW and
Right.
and such. And I guess the boys at Lucasfilm, John Favreau, Dave Filoni, and I guess Lucas himself, they contributed a lot of things, to make Star Wars big again as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because some people are saying, that Kathleen Kennedy, who runs Lucasfilms right now, she did a lot of damage by adding some of that PC stuff into some of the
Yeah, but bro, we got it.
sequels.
Like, I'm tired of. Listen, Brown, I'm fucking tired of you complaining about the PC culture bullshit. We're gonna have to fucking learn and deal with it. All right.
I know. I
I'm
don't
just,
know.
no, but bro, they're gonna they do that with everything. Like, we're gonna have to learn that the people that run the movies, the Hollywood, the shit you see on TV,
Yeah.
that's the left movement, and you can't push back. Like, they're gonna do that. They're gonna do what they need. And we can't change that unless we stop seeing the movies and paying to see the movies and all that shit, buying the DVDs or whatever. But like, uh, we're gonna have to get used to it somewhat because, bro, they are the ones that make all the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but it's also we the people that don't need to buy into this shit. That's about it. We have if they're gonna wake up, we
exactly.
don't
So
have,
listen
they're
to
gonna have
watch the old shit, bro. Watch the original. Like this fucking Suicide Squad bullshit. How many Suicide Squad movies have there been? Like different
so far.
different actors. Like what the fuck's going on? You know?
I know. I guess we got. I guess right now at this point they want to revamp something there and make it new again, so it'll be a lot more interesting. Because remember
Like,
the
bro,
first
how
Suicide.
fucking stupid, bro. That's fucking. I mean, like, look, the Halloweens, like the new
Yeah,
Halloween coming out, like all the Halloweens. Like, I kind of get it. I
Rob
guess
Zombies,
there's Rob Zombie ones, and then this one coming out is actually written by
John
John
Carpenter.
Carpenter. So, I mean, you know, obviously has what's her name back in there, but like, other than that, maybe, fucking. I mean, horror movies kind of get a pass with me because you could kind of, you know, what I'm saying it gets interesting, but like, they're taking these like superhero movies, like changing the actors. You're supposed to keep these movies and have, you know, whether you want to have a part one, part two, you know, um, like the Star Wars thing, they kind
Yeah,
of kept their like with Anakin, they kept that
yes,
character for what 2 or 3 movies, 3 movies. This
yes. One, two,
it,
three. Yes.
so you know what I'm saying, the originals and the new ones. So
Yeah.
if you keep the character, like now it's all fucking like who's in charge? It's not even a dude. It's some chick, right, or
Yeah,
something.
it's
Some purple hair
Kathleen
chick.
Kennedy. Yeah, I don't know if
No, I'm
she's
talking like in the movies, like in the thing. Like, isn't it some purple hair chick that's like the queen, reign leader or something?
I'm not
Or
too sure. I never really got the name of her name. I know got the full story of her name or what she was, but but I know she was played by Lauren Dern, if I'm correct.
bro, we really have to bend the knee to the SJW movement and the Dems because I'm telling you, bro, like all medias. I mean, Trump's doing a big thing with. I mean, a really good thing with this suing the YouTube and all that
Well, yeah, I
bullshit.
don't
But
know.
like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's you really got to bend the knee to them. You know, if you want to, you know, be someone in the mainstream. In the
Yep.
mainstream, you know, you get what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
have to.
but then again, you know how I feel about the mainstream. The
I mean, look at
mainstream.
Kid Rock. Look what happened to Kid Rock, bro. He's fucking nothing now because he speaks out, and I mean, yeah, he gets drunk and goes on his tirades, but like he was a devout Trump supporter and all that. And look at him, like no one, you know what I mean? Like he's in bars and shit doing rants. Like he, these people do sell out, bend the knee to the SJW movement, but that's the world we live in, bro. It's not going to change back to the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. It's not going to change back to that. You just going to have to put on your rose tinted glasses and, you know what I'm saying? Nostalgia and all
Rose
that stuff.
tinted, nose rose tinted. I don't have a rose tinted glasses, by the way. I prefer black aviators,
Well,
which
no,
is
that's
what
the
I.
type of glasses
That's an
you wear. Like,
expression.
yeah,
Yep.
it's like nostalgia. You can listen to the old music, which I do, and then obviously watch the old shows, old movies, and those who can never and try to get hard copies of everything. You know, get the actual physical copies of stuff, DVDs, CDs. I mean, you can download stuff too, but have a good collection of stuff to always go back on because the new shit coming out, especially movies, is and the mainstream music is garbage these days.
And
You know,
that's why we're doing these shows to let the people
sickening.
know what's big. What's one of the, like we said many times. This is one of the big reasons why we're doing this show, so to let the people today know who these people were, who these artists were, and the description and the whole story behind them. So they
It's
have to.
sickening. Now, Brown, I do have a question. I want to dive into the Cinderella stuff, but quick
Yeah,
sidebar before I
yeah.
forget. Very important. Don't be gay. Don't be,
I'm not
you know
gonna
what I'm
be. I
saying?
know.
Be
Yeah.
real. Be real. Joe Cronin got kind of mad at you about, you doing your drama show with Bullseye, and he brought y'all up. He was kind of talking some smack. Did you
Yeah,
hear
but
about
yeah,
that?
was yeah. Well, I know somebody mentioned that on one of my comments about Jesse J. What he said there, but then now. Well, here's the thing. I invited on Ballsy, as you know, to find out why in the world
Right.
why he was the whole situation between him and Joe. Now, I only know about, what he said on that's this past monetize this. He said, Dr. Earl is able to say other stuff, but when it comes to suicide or something like that, it's off limits there. Well, let me say this, remember, I lost my girlfriend and a couple buddies from suicide, so I don't really
Yes.
care for that. And then ask anybody else who has lost someone from cancer, they're not gonna believe that's funny.
Well, listen, I'll bring up a situation. I'm okay. So if you can judge this piece, what I'm about
Yeah.
to give to you, I
Okay.
did make a video recently. Do you remember that movie, The Wedding Singer, with Adam Sandler?
I never really saw it. Like I
Ah,
said,
all right. So
I
you won't have no idea what. Okay, so basically, like, there's a song in there, and he's like, he's singing real soft, and then it turns into like, ah, and so
hmm
if you listen to the clip I put, it's like Joe doing his whole suicide thing, I want to kill myself, and the
yeah.
song is like, I want to, somebody kill me, please, and all this shit. It's like it's Adam Sandler.
I think I heard that you posted it on your
So
channel.
would that be YR is joking about suicide? Would
Well, I
that be
think it's
considered
more.
that, or because I'm
I
more
think
making
it's
fun of
more
Joe?
more or less mostly that because Joe Cronin has been known to say things. I would have killed myself. I mean, you
Yes,
got
a
to remember.
million times, a million
Yes,
times.
fact. Yes, and to be honest with you, getting tired of hearing it.
But he's joking about it, correct?
Yeah, but he's joking about it. I know. Yeah, but some people
But
are
he
not
listen,
really
he
find that
needs
funny.
that motherfucker needs to know that we love him, bro. He has so many people he can reach out to if he feels like he has no one or everyone's leaving him. Bro, even the people that like he thinks hates him or whatever, like we all come on. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't need a he
Well,
always has
we
plenty of
also got to
people to reach
remember.
out to, Joe brother, you know?
Well, you also got to remember. Ken mentioned this I guess when you were on the call, I was on the call. Joe often did that a few times so people would feel sympathetic and send them donations.
Well yeah, But
however,
that's a sick fucking way to get donations. What the
yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
dude?
and compared to all the people out there who are struggling emotionally, mentally, and physically,
Exactly.
who do feel like killing themselves, it's not pretty funny to them.
Exactly. And listen, we're not trying to be prudes here, but
We're not, no, folks.
Joe
Anyone
did
listen?
talk shit about my buddy Brown on that episode, and Brown, you have more talent in your pinky with your guitar talents than a lot. Most in this. You're better than most in this
Yeah.
community. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that whole discussion came about, in the comment section of my video regarding what Jesse J said, on Garguts' stream there, and like when you posted that, I heard that, I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" Because in the Jesse J deactivated his Facebook accounts there. He had about 4 or 5 of them with the same name, and he would talk about spreading love here and there, let you know I love you guys here and there, I love you guys and gals, and he's saying it right here. Come on, that's just not right. Stick to your guns. If you want to spread love, but also spread knowledge.
Well,
And to
listen,
say
because it's like okay, the people that like have been around and know and stuff. Like okay, we get Joe saying it's a joke, but what about the new people, Joe, that hear that? Like they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? This guy's unhinged."
they will
It's
be, and I
like
guess they will. That's they're going to point there. They're going to be like, "Who is this guy? Why is he such a talking about all this crazy stuff there?" I mean, like, let me make this perfectly clear to everybody out there. I think I'm hating on Joe Cronin. I don't hate Joe Cronin, but at the same time, he needs to realize a couple of things there. That's about it. I guess he's mad because I haven't been on monetize this. He did DM me on
yeah.
Twitter asking if I wanted to be on there, and I never did reply.
Mm.
But the reason I don't watch or participate on that show is because the vibes have changed. It was him, Leah, Ken, JB, Tommy,
God,
Troy,
yeah,
everybody
bro,
else.
that's a long time. Like now, bro, Tony ruined the show last weekend. Listen. I
I
was
heard about
yelling at
that.
the fucking bro. I was yelling at the phone listening to this shit. Him
Yeah.
interrupting everyone constantly. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Tony, dude,
All right.
stop. You know what I'm
Here's my
saying?
one. Here's my one little question about
Sickening,
this Lewis.
sickening.
Well, here's my question about this Lewis guy. What feminine hormone pills has he been taking? Know what I'm saying?
Oh, what? Come on.
What hormone pills is he be taking? Because when he talks, his voice is pitch high.
He's a star over there, bro. He's big over there. You know what I'm saying?
Like what I want to get on my channel sometime is the lady named Ashley Knows Robot. We follow each other on Twitter. I told her about this whole thing on one of her Twitch streams, and she was like, "Oh wow, I was really surprised about that, about this Lewis guy."
She doesn't know who the fuck. Who? I mean, did she tune into the stream and like hear him or something? Or
She only streams so far on Twitch. She does writing for wrestling online magazines. There, she's a freelance writer.
mm.
Yeah.
There was a recent, I believe it was at the Warehouse Live, Houston. Lita Ford.
I heard about that as well. I'm still wondering if the concert pub will be open pretty soon.
You got to check it on it.
I'm annoying. Yeah, I did check it on it. It doesn't list any dates or anything. I don't know what the heck is going on with that place. Because I saw a lot of good bands up there. Judas Sabbath with James Rivera from Hellstar.
Indubitably.
Have you heard of him?
No, I never heard.
Oh,
What is it, like a hybrid?
No, he's like, well, his nickname is Vampiro because a couple times when I saw him, he appeared. I put little fake fangs in his mouth there. He's like a legendary heavy metal vocalist. In fact, his band Hellstar did a show with Pantera back in 1984. And I guess he's in the Wikipedia. Definitely look him up there. Yeah, a couple times I saw him. He was with his project, James Rivera's Metal Asylum, which he did a tribute to the Scorpions.
Did you see them?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Let's dive into this Cinderella stuff. Are you ready?
Yes, let's talk about them.
So
what did this guy die from?
Well, he just died, Brown.
So there's no details of what it was, or no autopsy performed, or anything like that.
58 though. So
yeah.
Let's see. Jeff LaBar, guitarist vocalist for glam metal band Cinderella, died July 14th. He was 58 years old. LaBar's son confirmed. Blah blah blah. Got the call. My father, hero, passed away. I'm currently at a loss of words.
Wow.
So it probably was. It looks like a sudden type deal. He was found dead in Nashville apartment. Did not specify cause of death. He had been off the grid the past couple days. Couldn't reach him. All right, so maybe it was a heart attack or something.
Possibly. We don't. Yeah. That's what it is. I guess so.
They had two big songs.
More than more than the two songs.
Which one? Which ones?
Well, they had Shake Me, Nobody's Fool, Gypsy Road, Don't Know What It's Got Till It's Gone. Yeah. And I think that may have been it. They released a couple albums.
Tom Kiefer, the lead singer, they still tours. I mean, he sometimes tours as Tom Kiefer Cinderella or Tom Kiefer Group, but he still sings good.
Cinderella's Tom Kiefer. That's how it's billed as, I guess.
Yo, he still sings good till this day. He still belts it out really good.
Yeah, he does. Give him credit
Tom
for
Kiefer.
that. Yeah, because where other singers are losing their voice. Unlike Vince Neil.
Let's see. Were you a big Cinderella guy?
There was a couple of songs I did dig. They were pretty good there. Oh, we cannot forget the song Somebody Save Me from '86 as well. They had some pretty good stuff there. Right. And I got a text message from Minnesota Vikings fan asking me, and he wants to be added in on the call there.
All right. Well, Earl, you have a good night, my brother. And
all right then.
Great show. You know what I'm saying?
All right there.
Everyone God bless, and Thursday night.
All right there.
SmackDown tonight. Thank you guys.
Okay, well, have a good one. The great YR, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try and add Minnesota Vikings fan there. Let's see here. Let's send him a name go. So I guess we're here. It's just you and I right now.
for now.
All right, I'm going to try to add the Minnesotas in here. If the thing would come up there. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go.
You get him?
It's calling him right now as we speak. It's going to be a while there.